Hello and welcome to my playthrough of Space Engineers Triton Edition. Welcome to this glorious day where I think I out there in the distance see a sort of cargo ship, but it's moving away from me, so that's not a problem. Okay, now as you may have noticed, there's no bonus video of me building a ship, and that's because I quit. I quit because I'm playing Imperium Galactic a lot, and there is a ton of different options for putting armor on stuff, but you only have very limited options here in Space Engineers. That's one of the things that really annoys me a little bit. Of course there are mods. Of course there are mods that puts the missing items in there, but I kind of thought, how many mods do I actually need? Because when you start up the game, one of the sentences that it says is that somebody see glasses half full, others as half empty. An engineer sees it as twice as big as it needs to be. And even though I'm not an engineer, far from it, I kind of adhere to that philosophy. I tend to build my stuff for function and not for looks, because that will be more than it needs to be. I kind of make my vehicles as they need to be and cover them up as they need to. So what I did, because doing on and off with blocks and stuff, I realized I needed 2 programmable blocks, is that I took the programmable block off the top and put it down there on each side of the cockpit, and then covered them up with some blocks just to protect them from hits and maybe shots if they're needed. I tend to keep my footprint as small as possible, so I hope that I will be hard to hit. So that's why. I also, in here, made a group for my ambient lights and my spotlights, so I can turn them on and off as I wish to. Now, what I usually do when I put my batteries in recharge is that I forget that I put them on recharge. And when I do that, I kind of just drop off. It won't be so bad here, but I usually put on a script by Izzy, of course. I like Izzy because he makes his script very easy to use. But if you want to, you can get in and actually change a lot of options. Now, this is actually a plug and play thing. Only thing you need to do is that you have to name the group that you call your batteries. And then there's a lot of options that you can go in and turn on and off if you want to. Lights control, then that would mean that I could put a solar panel on here, because I use it to measure the light level. But I think I can manage that myself. I could put LCD panels in to display a lot of information that I'm not able to see otherwise. But most of it is just that it works. So if I call this BB refueler. Now what happens is that when I turn my engines on and I turned off my connector, my battery automatically turns on. And when I'm ready to connect and I press the 1 to connect to the connector, it automatically turns on recharge. So I don't have to think about it. The only thing I have to think about is I have to turn off the engines. So that was the one programmable block. The other one is something that I haven't really used it. So this would be a little bit of a what do you call it? A little bit of a learning experience for all of us. It's what's it called? It is called Escav OS. Now this one puts either the weight or the volume of my cargo on one of my screens in the cockpit. So I can see that I actually has to go into the script here, there, to kind of learn what's in there. Load it into a programmable block, and if the custom data is empty, then it will auto-populate with default configurations. It will look like these things below. Right. And then you can know what the settings are, but right now, as a second step, you need to explicitly tell Escav OS where you want to see its output. You can use any block that provides display surfaces. For example, if you want to see what ore is in a cargo on any LCD, then pass this code into the custom data, surface 0 cargo ore. If you want to configure the industrial cockpit, as you can see, such as surface X, also for cockpit, enable you can imitate booting at Woes where the player enters a lock screen where there is no one in the cockpit. Escav OS. As you can see, the box multiple gestures surface X, where X is surface number. Right. Now, what is the surface number? Alright, let's see what happens here. Escav OS is running. Right, let's just see what it says down here. What? There it is. That's Build and Repair. What the heck? I need to find that out. I thought that was just a what kind of a surface number is this? Top center screen, that's surface 0. Let's see what happens if in my programmable block, in my custom data, nah, I need to find this out. I should have checked that beforehand, I'm sorry, but I thought it was just plug and play. That's the problem I have with some of the other scripts. I find that they are not easy to use the way I need them to be. I will figure that out, and I'll tell you. I will tell you later. Right now I can see what my maybe. If I lift up. No, it's still Build and Repair. Okay. Alrighty. Now that I'm up, I just need to go and let's just zoom in a little bit. Let's just go and mine some ore. I go to the silver ore first. Right, coming up on this, I need to put on my lights. And I'm getting in there. I'm just going to put on my just to make it a little bit bigger. Right, just realized something. Not that it kind of matters right now, but I forgot to put that up on max. Now I will go through here and not take any of the silver. I need to take some of all this, so I can just right click it. That's some of the rocks I dropped when I had the misfortune. And there. I got my gold. Now, just so that I don't have to go through the silver mine every time, I'll just make a GPS here. Oh, sorry, forgot to do this. And that needs to be a backslash. Right. Now all there is to do is that I just have to mine some of this. So I'll be back. Now one of the things you need to remember, oh well, there's two things when you're down here underground and you don't have the horizon to kind of guide you. One, make sure that you have enough room to work in, so your ship won't be damaged. And second, keep an eye on your horizon, that one, because the way I designed this ship, it has, you may have designed yours differently and then it won't matter that much, but the way I have designed this ship is I have a lot of up thrust but neither no down thrust, so that would be bad. Let me just, nope, I thought I was just going to do something else. Now I have filled up my cockpit, I have filled up my connector, and I am a third through with the gold, so just need to keep an eye on that. So that means when you're mining your ore, once in a while just right click and take up all the other stuff so that you have an option to get up. Oh, I'm getting to the point where I can't keep myself. If I do this, I kind of slide backwards, which kind of worries me. Okay, I need to find east. That is that way. Because that is the way out. And just go out now, even though I'm not full. Uh-oh, that's why. Oh man. That is why. Do I have materials? Not enough. Ooh. Right. But I can get forward on my forward thrusters. The smaller ones. So I'll just limp home. Very quietly go through here. Keeping myself as level as possible. That might be one of the reasons why you always need to carry along building materials. Now, I just discovered a bad thing, and that is that I'm actually going the wrong way. I need to go west. Because I need to go with the sun sets, not where it rises. Now, north, west, that one. One of the things that gave it away was that the height meter below my horizon was getting higher and higher instead of lower and lower. So right, we are getting to the exit. I would like to take that ice, but let's just keep it right. Okay. Now that's very slowly. That's over there. Oh, it's not going well. Let's just help along. Let's just go over here to get down on the ice. So now he actually gains a little speed. So we are This is nerve-wracking. I have no real control, so I have to be very careful. Now, as soon as I get into my build and repair, it will start fixing my ship. That I can do. And locked. And off. And my batteries do not go. Is that because it is broken? That's not it. Refuel. No. Is that because my battery... Now it's on recharge. Okay. Right. And that's because I have turned that off. Now, it should do two things. It should fix my ship, and it should fix the damage that the exhaust did to my floor. Right. Now, if we go over here, no ice. If you go over here, a little bit, so it should be filling up over there. Oh man, I did the really bad thing, which didn't have any consequences for me here. Right. If you press P, you disconnect every connector on your base. Which is bad. As you can see, I was lucky here because I didn't really break anything. But if it's perched on some high point and you just press P, it plummets to the ground and it be destroyed. Not good. So don't use P. If you're making a vehicle where you use the handbrake, which is why you use the P, a wheeled vehicle, just put it in your hotbar. Right. That one, those are not off. That's because I didn't put them off. And that one is filling. It's stockpiling. That's what these blue lines means. Right. Now, I'm kind of tempted, since we have the the drill and fill system. I'm kind of tempted to use them on here and show you
inventory full.
What that means.
Inventory full.
And what that can do. As far as I remember, no. The wrong way. And we only need one from this. Oh, I got it all already. Almost all. Wrought steel tubes. Will you refill it, or I have to go get it? Like that. And I turned it on the wrong way. All right. Not that it really matters. It only matters when I have to position the drills. But like that. Right. Now, what this does is that I just need to take that away, and I need to find the block tools. I do not have those here now. Why is that there? Okay. I put it on 4 so it was a bit separated. And turn that block. Come on. I don't know. Turn the block off. And then on my second hotbar, I would do what I usually do with this one. Is that I will put on these. And on the third hotbar, I'll put on area width increase, decrease. height increase, height decrease, depth increase, depth decrease, and then for the sake of normality, let's use the show area on off. Right. Now when next time we come out to mine, we have this one instead. Now what I would like to do actually is in my where was I? There's my base. Whoopsie. Come on. Like that. I will turn the area on off. This is way too much, so I need to offset it. So that it is right in front of my thingy. There. And then in this I need to actually that I can do easier in here. Drill system, drill ship. It's the only one that's there, but you never know. Down here, 10%. And area depth. Let's just make that 5 by 5 by 5. I should have done that first because let's set that to 0. Let's say anything to 0, that's not what it's supposed to be. And then in my number 2, in number 6, I can move it out. Now, I will, no, there. I will widen that one. That was 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then here I will do that. So now I have this area in front of me that I will be drilling with my ship. And as you can see, this one actually takes an area more than equal or more than adequate to, maybe not. Maybe I need to move it down a bit. I think I do that. Which one is that? That's not that one. That's that one. Like that. Right. Now I have that drill on. I want some ice. I need some ice because my handy tank is refilling, but it is not. And I cannot understand why it's not taking from those, but never mind. I will go out now, and that will be the last thing I do, is I go out and drill some of the ice over at the site where I just was. Just remember to put on Now, as you can see, this hillside is destroyed anyways, so I'll just take from here what I need. And I can see that. Where is the other hole I made? Is that the one over here? That's my gold hole, right. That was an easier way in there. Alright, let's see if I can find the easier way. This would be it. And now I will turn it. Now I just check that my drill system is set to drill. It is set to drill and it's set to drill anything. Right, so this way it works just as an ordinary drill. Except I don't have to do anything. The only bad thing about this is that I can't right drill, so I need to drill everything and then maybe drop the layer. Maybe when I have enough stone I will put on a what is called ejector on my ship to eject all of the rocks that I'm collecting too by drilling this. But as it is, you can see that my my hydrogen tank is filling because my O2 generator is working with the ice that is I'm drilling in there. So as long as I keep my drilling going of ice and keep my ice filled up in my O2 generator, I will always be able to fly. Let me just see here. This is the area. And it's actually done what it should, so I'll just move on a little bit. Yeah. Actually, I can see that up here. There is the thing that I can kill myself on. And I'll just take these. There's Mars, I think. We need to get to space too at some point. And with that ship we actually have the opportunity to do so, to go out and mine. So maybe that is what we're going to do in the next episode. I will just mine some of the ores that we got here. And then we'll go out in space and look for uranium and platinum. That's the two things I need. Now, obviously, I can make this hole bigger, and I can make this area that I'm using here bigger. I can actually make this a 75 by 75 by 75 radius, which means 150 meters in each direction. But as it is now, I think that I will just widen it up a bit. Nope. Nope. That way. And that one. And just make sure that this is, well, it's enough for what I'm going to do. My things are fill, my cockpit is filled, my O2 generator is not filled. Right, so I'll just be doing that. I'll say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please press the like button. If you want to see more and want to subscribe to my channel, please press the bell. So I'm Nerk, and I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but nevertheless, I'll say thank you for watching and enjoy your gaming.